Hello everyone. In this video tutorial, we will learn about network topology in computer networks. So let us start the agenda. The contents are introduction, what is a topology, types of topologies, the advantages and disadvantages of each topologies. Let us start with the introduction of network topology. The network topology is an arrangement of various components such as nodes, links and devices of a network and how they are interact with each other. Now we learn about the definition of the topology. A network topology is a physical and logical arrangement of nodes and connections in the network. It means the structure of a network. And the next is types of network topology. There are various categories that are available in a network topology. They are bus topology, tree topology, mesh topology, ring topology, star topology, and hybrid topology. Now we will discuss about bus topology. It is a type of network topology in which all the devices in the network are connected by one cable. It is also known as a line topology. Why it is called as a line topology means the single cable where all the data is transmitted between the devices is referred to as the backbone or trunk, or we can call it as a bus topology. And we look into the advantages of a bus topology. The bus topology is cheap and it is easy to handle and it is very easy to implement also. It requires very less amount of cable. This bus topology is best suited for small kind of networks. And the disadvantages of bus topology are the cable length is very limited in bus topology. This limits the number of stations that can be connected together. This network topology can perform well only for the limited number of nodes. And the next topology we are going to see is the ring topology. A ring network is a network topology in which each node connects to the exactly two nodes, forming a single continuous pathway for signals through each node that is called a ring. The data that is traveled from one node to another with each node along the way handling every packet. The ring topology is like a bus topology but with connected endpoints. The node that receives the message from a previous computer will retransmit to the next node. The data flows in the ring topology is called unidirectional way. It means the data flows in only one direction. The data that is flows in a single loop that is continuously known as endless loop. It has no terminated ends. In a ring topology, each node is connected to the other node and having no termination point. So, the data in the ring topology that is flowing in a clockwise direction. The advantages of ring topology. Since the data flows in one direction, the chance of a packet collision that is reduced in a ring topology. A network server is not needed to control the network connectivity. The devices that are in the ring topology can be added without impacting the network performance. We can easily identify and easily isolate the point of failure easily. This ring topology is very suited for high traffic environment than the bus topology. And the disadvantages of ring topology. All the data traveling over the network must pass through each device on its way to its destination, which can reduce the performance also. If one device fails in the network, the entire network is also impacted. It can be difficult to architect the necessary cabling for a ring topology. The ring topology is more expensive to implement than a bus topology. So these are all the disadvantages of a ring topology. And now we are looking to a star topology. A star topology is an arrangement of the network in which every node is connected to a central hub, switch, or a central computer. This central computer is known as a server, and the devices that are connected with the server, that is, the peripheral devices that are attached to the server, are known as clients. And now we are coming into the advantages of star topology. In the star topology, the troubleshooting is quite efficient in it, because the in bus topology, the manager has to inspect the kilometers of the cable, but in a star topology all the stations are connected to a centralized network, so that we can easily troubleshoot the particular network. And controlling network is also an important role in the star topology. The complex network control features can be easily implemented in the star topology, so it is very easy to monitor the network. And there is limited failures in the star topology, as each station is connected to the central hub with its own cable. Therefore, the failure of one cable will not affect the entire network. We can easily expand a new station in a star topology, because the components can be added to open ports on the hub. So it is easily expandable also. The star topology networks are cost effective, as it uses inexpensive coaxial cable. And we are looking to the disadvantages of star topology. A central point of failure. It means if a central hub or switch goes down, then all the connected nodes will not be able to communicate with each other. The cables, sometimes called routing cable, becomes difficult when significant amount of routing is required. These are all the disadvantages of star topology. And the next topology we are going to see is a tree topology. A tree topology combines the characteristics of bus topology and star topology. The tree topology is a type of structure in which all the computers are connected with each other in a hierarchical fashion. The topmost node in the tree topology is known as the root node, and the other nodes that are descendant of the root nodes are called the child nodes. There is only one path exists between two nodes for the data transmission. Thus, it forms a parent-child hierarchy in the tree topology. The advantages of tree topology. The tree topology supports broadband transmission, because the tree topology is mainly used to provide the broadband transmissions. That is, the signals are sent over long distances without being attenuated, and it is easily expandable. We can add a new device to the existing network. Therefore, we can say that the tree topology is expandable, and also it is easily manageable topology. In the tree topology, the whole network is divided into segments known as star networks, which can be easily managed and maintained, and it is easy to detect the errors and easy to correct the errors in a tree topology. If any one station that has been breakdown, the other stations that does not be affected through the breakdown of the particular node. So the breakdown in one station that does not affect the entire network. So that is limited failure can be occur in a tree topology, and it has point to point wiring for the individual segments. So these are all the advantages of tree topology. And now we are going into the disadvantages of tree topology. It is very difficult to troubleshoot the particular error. If any fault occurs in the node, then it becomes difficult to troubleshoot the problem in the network. And the devices that are required for broadband transmission are very costly, so it is cost effective also. The failure means a tree topology mainly relies on main bus cable, and failure in main bus cable will damage the entire network also. So if any Yeah, if any main bus cable have been affected, all the devices that are connected in the network are also get failure. If new devices are added, then it becomes difficult to reconfigure the particular device. So it is also one of the disadvantage of a tree topology. And the next topology we are going to see is a mesh topology. A mesh topology is an arrangement of the network in which the computers are interconnected with each other through various redundant connections. There are multiple paths from one computer to another computer. It does not contain the switch, hub, or any central computer which act as a central point of communication. The best example for the mesh topology is the internet. The mesh topology is mainly used for WAN implementations where the communication failures are a crucial concern. The mesh topology can be divided into two categories. One is fully connected mesh topology and the other one is partially connected mesh topology. In a fully connected mesh topology, each computer is connected to all the computers that are available in the network. But in partial mesh topology, not all the computers but certain computers are connected to those computers which they communicate frequently. The advantages of mesh topology. It is reliable. This topology networks are very reliable as if any link breakdown that will not affect the communication between the connected computers. It requires faster communication. This communication is very fast between the nodes and it is easily reconfigure the particular devices. If we add new devices that would not be disturb the communication between the other devices. So these are all the main advantages of mesh topology. And we are coming into the disadvantages of mesh topology. It is very cost effective. A mesh topology contains a huge number of connected devices such as routers and more transmission media than the other topologies. So it is cost effective topology. And the mesh topology networks are very large and very difficult to maintain and manage also. If the network is not monitored carefully, then the communication link failure goes undetected. So we have to manage the network and we have to configure the network very carefully. And the efficiency in this topology, redundant connections are high than that reduces the efficiency of the network. So the efficiency can also be reduced in a mesh topology. And the next topology we are going to see is hybrid topology. It is a combination of various different topologies. A hybrid topology is a connection between different links and nodes to transfer the data. When two or more different topologies are combined together, is termed as hybrid topology. For example, if there exists a ring topology in one branch of ICICI Bank and bus topology in another branch of ICICI Bank, connecting these two topologies will result in a hybrid topology. The advantages of hybrid topology. They are reliable, scalable, flexible, and effective. Why we call it as a reliable topology means if a fault occurs in one part of a network will not be affect the functioning of the rest of the network. It is scalable because the size of the network can be easily expanded by adding new devices without affecting the functionality of the existing network. This topology is a flexible topology because it is designed according to the requirements of the organizations. It is effective because it can be designed in such a way that the strength of the network is maximized and weakness of the network is minimized. And we have disadvantages also. The design is very complex. It is very difficult to design the architecture of a hybrid network, and we have a costly hub. The hubs are used in the hybrid topology are very expensive as these hubs are different from usual hubs used in the other topologies, and it needs a costly infrastructure. The infrastructure cost of the hybrid topology is very high. because it requires a lot of cablings and networking devices also. So these are all the disadvantages of hybrid topology. So that's all about the network topologies. Thank you all.